All right, good afternoon, YouTube. It's your man, already George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. And here is my friend and fellow enthusiast of female bodybuilding, one Jared, and
Hello.
hey, hello. And if you see the in the you see in the in this it is we were talking about the one and only Miss Marvelous Margie V. Martin, aka better known as Margie V. Martin. She is currently two-time Rings of Strength champion. She is a Olympian competitor. She competed in the last Miss Olympia back in 2014, and she also competed at last year's Miss Olympia at 2020. And we're going to talk a little bit about Miss Margie V. As you know, even though Black History Month is over, we should always talk about quite often these ladies are Nubian muscle women of the iron sport. And like I said, we will want to talk about Miss Margie V. So, whoever's out there, if you want to make a comment, that's cool. Also hit like, subscribe, and share. Also, like I said, I'm not monetized yet, so I have my PayPal in the stream, and also my Cash App, and also have a GoFundMe too. So if you want to donate a little something, that'd be nice. That'd be cool. I really appreciate it. So let's get started with my man Jared, who is the founder of Information, and he'll tell you a little something about the great Miss Margie V. Martin. So I'll hand it off to you, Jared.
Oh, well, thank you for that introduction right there. And
You're
yes,
welcome.
the female bodybuilding sport is dominated by very strong black female competitors, to say the least. Seems almost like a tradition now. So for Margie Martin, or Marvelous, I don't know. I think she changed her last name or something. I'm going to just call her Margie. She is a slightly younger competitor than most others. She's still in her 40s, so she's reaching like around her peak-ish in terms of her physique. So that's interesting to note. Margie originally was part of the Marine Corps, like her father before her at the age of 17 that she entered, and she reached the rank of sergeant, and she remained in the Marines until 2007. Interesting fact, my grandfather was also in the Marines as well. He joined in 1940 when FDR instituted the draft before World War II, and afterwards he fought in Guadalcanal and Iwo Jima in the Pacific. So if you ever see that famous picture of like the soldiers with the flag and they're raising it, my grandfather was actually at that particular battle there. But anyway, from November 2007 to April 2009, Martin worked in Okinawa, Japan as a human resource specialist in the U.S. Department of Defense. So that kind of covers a little bit of her non-bodybuilding life. In terms of her bodybuilding career, I guess we can start with how she first got introduced to bodybuilding. She was first introduced to bodybuilding when she met Lee Haney, 8-time Mr. Olympia, at her local church. She asked him what she needed to do to become a bodybuilder. and that's when she first got really interested in bodybuilding. So she would watch like uh, glorious ladies of wrestling, American gladiators, and kind of wished she could be inspired by people like Shira or Tigress from Thundercats. Um,
I mean, actually, sorry, let me correct you right there, Jerry. It's not Tigress, it was Shitara. A lot of people,
ah,
yeah, that was before your time because it was Shitara, and she was a character on the Thundercats series, often sometimes associated as a love interest for the main character, um, King Lionel, where Lionel was a prince actually, but he didn't become king till later. Till he had a tournament where he had to test out his skills against all the other Thundercats.
yeah, yeah, that definitely was before my time, to say the least. Um, and at the age of 13, Martin started weight training for the first time during the summer. And in high school, she had a bodybuilding class where she was the only female in the class. 2007, she started thinking about competing in bodybuilding for the first time after losing weight, after trying to work out so hard, after several years of having her son as an unwed mother. Um, so there was calls for her to do local bodybuilding shows. Um, but she's still kind of new to it. She doesn't really know how to diet or eat eat right at this particular moment. So she's eating stuff like canned tuna or string beans for almost 6 weeks because that's what she thinks would be a diet. Um, she placed fifth in her first competition, the Far East Armed Forces bodybuilding competition in Okinawa.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, after that, she was named NPC's Athlete of the Year in 2012. And she continued to move up the ranks in the amateur careers until 2013, the NPC USA Championships. She got first in heavyweight and overall. And she won her IFBB Pro card. So in 2014, this is the first time I ever saw Margie Martin. It was in 2014, and I definitely I did notice her quite a bit. I thought she could definitely become a big competitor if she kept it up. And little did I know, the next year she would be the greatest female bodybuilder, um, the winner of the title of the greatest female bodybuilder of the year. And so, at her first show, the 2014 Tampa Pro Super Show, she got fourth. She went on to the Oklahoma Pro, where she got a second. That second place qualified her for the 2014 Miss Olympia, where she finally competed for the first time. But it would be really difficult for, a first-time competitor to win a Miss Olympia. I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, the only person that did that was Linda Murray. Linda Murray, she was the first one. She finally got her pro card. She competed at the Olympia. She was the only one to compete at the Olympia the first time and to win it. Because I think Corey Ipsen also did it too. No, I think Corey competed in '83 and she didn't win till '84. And Wiki McLeish, she's the first Miss Olympia. And then and I think there's been other ladies who have mostly competed and maybe won one time, like a lady that beat her from Finland, and then Paula Dunlap, who pretty much
Yeah.
beat won that in '83. But yeah, not a lot of women who, and just recently with Andrea Shaw.
I almost forgot. Yeah, that was
Andrea
so
Shaw,
recent. Yeah.
yeah, but she's making her first Olympia and then winning it. That's something special. You make your first Olympia and win it. There's quite a few that have been in there and give some time. Like Kim Zavetsky and some others who competed in Miss Olympia quite some time before they get a chance to win it. And got a lot of great runner-ups who always call old-time Miss Olympia, such as Laura Craval and Vicky Gates and Denise Rosowski.
Yeah. Yeah. And usually, um, like I always say, the top five Miss Olympia, or okay, so the top six are usually the ones that are always historically, or the ones that were always the ones who get the pose down. And the top five would always be qualified for the Miss Olympia. So those were like the ones that were like a real big focus of who who is in the running to win the title, or at least be in second place, and kind of um, be the basically somebody who would come in and swoop in and win the title if somebody like retires or something. Well, and Margie, she only got 10th place at the Miss Olympia, which is okay placing. I mean, especially considering it's her first time. But it wasn't enough to qualify her for the show. So, so Margie manages to, in 2015, okay, so Miss Olympia is canceled until 2020. So from 2015 to 2019, the Rising Phoenix, Wings of Strength Rising Phoenix World Championships basically becomes the de facto new Miss Olympia. So, and Irish has retired. So pretty much everybody wants to get in on this title. And Lena Popa also retired. I mean, wouldn't compete that year either. So basically, I remember that year very well. I was like thinking like,
Well, I remember what happened. What happened with Alina? Alina had surgery on one of her calves, and because of some kind of issue, that calf had to be removed, and that's why she didn't compete in 2015. Now, she came back in 2016, and she only got, I think, 4th place that year, because I think she wasn't back. She got 2017, came back when 2018. Rising.
Yeah, and that was pretty impressive of her. But for Margie, so she competed at 5 IFBB Pro shows in 2015. 5. Now that takes a lot of effort. I mean, that year, like I remember it all too well, because this is when really like writing down scores and keeping track of who's who. I just remembered like how she's managing to do all of this. Like, uh, you think she would get a little bit exhausted after a while because she kept hitting low scores. It's kind of amazing. I mean, all right, so let me go over it. 2015 Oklahoma Pro, she got seventh.
I mean Omaha Pro.
Omaha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, she got seventh and best poser award. The Toronto Pro Super Show, she got fifth. Um, uh, Chicago Pro, she got eighth and best poser award. She keeps getting all these poser awards. Big team. At the TBW Tampa Pro, she got first. So she went from seventh, fifth, eighth to first. And then after that, she got first place at the Miss Olympia and Best Poser Award, which was
first place at the
Rising Phoenix World Championships, which was the successor to the Miss Olympia that year. So, the torch was passed from Irish Kyle to Margie Martin. So she went from a mid to low tier Miss Olympia competitor to a top tier, part of the top 1 to 3 ladies on stage in a matter of a year, which is incredible. Honestly, it's just an astonishing feat that really should be more commendable than like this took so much effort for her to do it 5 shows in a year. All the conditioning and everything else you got to do, and but she just didn't give up. So Margie's now at the top. 2016 Rising Phoenix World Championship. She also again won first. I think she beat Hella Trevino both times.
Yeah. But I don't know. Was Hella in the first show? I don't think I remember seeing Hella in the first Rising Phoenix. I can check
she
back.
Was. Okay.
Was she?
Here, I got it here. Okay. Margie did beat Hella Trevino, who came in second at the 2015 one. Hella went down to fourth in the second one, the 2016 one. Sheila Black came in second. To Margie that year.
Yeah.
So after that, Margie decides to take 2018 off. 2017 off.
Yeah, she did. Okay, yeah, because that's the year that Hella won, and because that's the year that as you know, 2016. We all know 2016. Alina came back. She didn't she placed fourth, and then Hella she took the 2017 title, and we all know that they all came back for 2018. That's when Alina came back after she won the Tampa Bay Pro. I think Hella took second. Was it third or second that year? I think she took. Hella took second or third. I can't remember. You know, and I know
Which
most
year?
definitely was it in 2017 or 2018? I think when Alina came back, and I
She
think
got in 2018. Yeah, Alina won first.
yeah, and Hella, I think Hella took second or third.
Um, Margie was second in 2018. Okay, so
And
basically, here's what happened. So Margie, I don't really know what the rules are for Rising Phoenix World Championships, um, because apparently, unlike the Miss Olympia, where you win the Miss Olympia, you're qualified for life. At the Rising Phoenix World Championships, I guess you have to qualify again if you don't get qualified the next year. So 2018 rolls around. Margie competes at the Toronto Pro, where she gets first, obviously.
yeah,
And but just because she got first at that competition, she now has to deal with Alina Popa and Hella Trevino. So she was going in there with Hella Trevino winning, but she was still undefeated. But Hella and Margie are both um, defeated by Elena Popa, who at this time, um, back in 2014, 2013, it was looking like Elena Popa was going to be Irish Kyle's successor before her, knee surgery and all that, calf surgery. So, but she had never really won any titles prior to this. So when she came in and won the Rising Phoenix World Championships in 2018, it was kind of well deserved. But for Margie, I wonder if she kind of regrets taking 2017 off, because she said she wanted to give the other girls a chance to get the title in 2017, because she could have just kept on winning. I just imagine her, becoming like a new Irish Kyle and just winning title over and over and over again. But yeah, that didn't turn out quite the same way. So 2019 comes around. Here's the weird thing. Margie's already qualified for the 2019 World Championships, but she competes at the Toronto Pro and Omaha. Sorry, I always get that screwed up. Omaha Pro. She got first at both. So she competed at those shows. Obviously, she's going to get first.
But here's the thing with Omaha Pro. What that did was that really took an opportunity for somebody probably who wanted to get a shot at the at a straight shot for the Rising Phoenix. As you know, when you win, even though you're basically a point, as you know, it's the Rising Phoenix, and only 4 points. And most of the time, you win the show, you automatically you get the Rising Phoenix. Now no longer. You have to Rising Phoenix now is an invitation. You don't have to now. You don't have to compete anymore. You have to turn in, sign up.
Oh, sorry, you're breaking up a lot.
Yeah, my computer's on that like that. Like I said, with the Rising Phoenix, now invitational. So most women now don't have to um, you know win a show for that one anymore. They do have to win a show for for the Olympia now. And I know that
Yeah,
thing with Margie won. I think she did because she makes a little money off of doing a show like the Omaha Pro. That's a little money in her pocket. And, she set out to go 17. And she took she didn't finish too well in 2013. And because of that, that also took away opportunity for somebody else. If Margie was in Omaha, somebody would have took first place, and they would have got automatic bye, and someone took second got automatic bye. But most of these shows are by points, and to be able to get to the Olympia, you got to get at least a little over 4 points, you know. And once you win the show, you automatically win. Take second place, you in. But anything after that, you have to worry about getting a full point to get to the next show. You want to be in the next. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, wait. I got a man, Marcus Bell. He's always coming in, and he's always saying, he just come through doing a smash that like. I appreciate it. Anybody coming through, smash the like, make a comment, share. Also, like I said, I have my PayPal, my GoFundMe, and also my Cash App. If you want to help out, donate with something, we appreciate it. Let me get Jared.
So yeah, like you were saying about the point system. If you win one pro show, you're qualified. So here's the thing. The point system. This was instituted for the Miss Olympia. Um, I'm not sure. 2012, I think, is when they did it. Um, but the Rising Phoenix World Championship adopted the point system, which is basically like, so it goes in tiers. So whoever wins the first title of a IFBB Pro show, they're qualified for the Rising Phoenix World Championship. And then second place gets 4 in the tier system. Then you got 3, then you got 2, then you got 1. And you can add more. So if you compete at multiple shows, you can get so if you become in second in 2 shows, you get 8. And I think you can. There is a. I think about 8 people can be qualified that way. And if there's a tie event, if both competitors have the same contest placing, they both qualify. So that can also happen sometimes as well. So anyway, Margie competes at those 2 shows, gets first. She goes into Rising Phoenix 2019, and Elena has retired. So she's going in there. Her only competition is Hella Trevino. But she comes in second to Hella. So this little rivalry between her and Hella is going to go into the 2020 Miss Olympia that's coming up. But there's 2 wild cards that she didn't factor in as well. Andrea Shaw and Irish Cobb. So Irish announces her retirement to attend the 2020 Miss Olympia Uh, and she was scheduled to pretty much go in there and win the title outright. I generally do believe she would have won if she competed. What do you think? Um,
Well, as you know, I listen and follow quite some of these sites here and there. Really, the big talk was Hella Trevino, and they believe Hella Trevino was going to win it, but Hella took second at the Rising Phoenix to Andrea Shaw, and once that happened, there was a chance that there was like that she may not be able to win Olympia. Now I don't know about Iris. Iris been out back in 2014. That's been almost 6 years since the last show. And then you also had Margie Barton, and then my opinion was I was thinking Margie's going to win, Iris going to come second, and maybe Andrea Shaw get a third or fourth place. But Andrea, she got the win, But and Margie, I follow Margie on social media. A while back, she did a video just talking about how the difficulties of being a competitive bodybuilder, and it's just heartbreaking. Really, she really tells it your soul when she actually talks about it. I would say if you might get a chance, um, follow uh, Margie on Instagram. All you
I
gotta
am.
do
I am.
yeah, all you gotta do is search for Instagram. She has Instagram, all social media platforms. I've done a video about Margie before, and I got her social media information on there. I was, later I'm gonna do this when I get a chance. I'm gonna put her. I got to put this maybe green screen guard. You might not forget to put social media information in the description. So when later I get a chance, I'll put some video on the description. Follow her, to go out to her. And one thing I like about Margie is like you make comments, sometimes she'll respond. She'll either like them or one time she did a comment where she saying she was playing cards in the video, she was playing cards with her son. And and she said he was a bad card player, he was bad sport. And I said and she said yeah, he did it for his mother. And she talked about herself. But Margie has a great book. I mean, the thing is like 120 plus people, like I said, a lot of people don't look for 20 because Irish style and people they help But my thing is like she comes in with if she come in a little tighter this year, she might be able to maybe win this show. But Andrews is girl to beat. And the thing about Margie's quad. She has the biggest quad. I mean, there's just one thing about her. She has the biggest quad. I mean, there's not a lot of women right now that I can say are kind of like quad still level. The thing about it, but just here and there. But Margie's one of them. And then you know, she does a lot of video stuff on TikTok. She has fun, and she does a lot of modeling stuff, And also, a lot of people know her personal life. She was married. Her husband, he was a Marine officer, and she has her own kids, and she's stepmother to her husband's brother. Right now, she's currently dating a guy by the name of Alex, I think, and they're in a relationship for quite some time. I remember saw them doing a video together when they were at Vegas. It's called Rehab. It's the little club they have at the Hard Rock Cafe. It's like outside the pool, they party, and they were in a little area. They have a little private area for themselves. I can't remember. I think the was there with her, somebody was there, and her boyfriend was there with her.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew she was divorced. I guess she is seeing a new guy now. So anyway, my thoughts on the 2020 Miss Olympia. Basically, I thought Irish was going to win outright. Just based off, just history and what she was saying her physique was going to come in as. I don't think she's lying at all. I think she's pretty sincere. But Irish got sick. she had to go to the emergency room the day of the Miss Olympia. So that put her out of the running. So there was Hella Trevina and Margie. But there's also a third one as well, Andrea Shaw, who came out of basically nowhere, beat Hella Trevina at the 2020 Rising Phoenix World Championships, which was basically it was kind of became the new Arnold Classic Miss International for female bodybuilding, because they replaced the point system with an invitation to the best female bodybuilders around for the Rising Phoenix, and gave the point system back to the Miss Olympia. So, and I know that was how they did it at the Miss International at the Arnold Classic. So, basically, Andrea Shaw came in first and beat Hella Trevino. So after that, I was watching the Miss Olympia. I remember Hella Trevina and Margie were at the Olympia press conference, and interestingly enough, that is the first time since 2007 that the females have been at the Olympia press conference. Did you know that?
Well, like I said, we all know that Miss Olympia, where the real Miss Olympia was dropped from the Olympia weekend, and you weren't going to see no real true. And the thing was, like, we all know that Miss Female Bodybuilding, we'd have a stage. They only had, like, I think as I was, they had maybe 3 or 4 shows for themselves, but they didn't have like a big show stage. They didn't no longer have the Miss International. They didn't have the antenna. Didn't have no longer had the Olympia weekend. And then with Rising Phoenix, it took place. Now the Rising Phoenix has become the Miss International. Those invitational is the second runner-up kind of trophy for a lot of international. Like those people never win the Olympia. There's only a handful of women who have been both Miss International and Miss Olympia at one point or another, like Kim Iris Kyle, and Anthony Ortiz. And back in the day, I was speaking all both the shows, and that took away the opportunity for a lot of other women to have like that second big title. And that was hey, you say, hey, I'm not Miss International, I'm not Miss Olympia, but hey, I'm Miss International. Then you have Miss Olympia competing and Miss International. Like I think opportunities out of women's hands. Like I think Alina was going to be at Miss International. I think she gets 4 points ago, and also a couple of other ladies who were upcomers who had that title, like Iris, and it's not. I know back in 2008, Iris competed at the international call. I think Margie, like by 2013, they dropped that 2013 was the last international, and Margie international. I think she was at the point. I think she was still working as amateur before she got for Miss International. Miss International was Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. It's the first bodybuilding for bodybuilding show for the new year. It's coming up. I think we might be having Arnold in about a couple of weeks, I believe. And let's talk about maybe if you can, you try to get to Miss International back. But now with the rising kids, the new Miss International, there's no point for them to even go back to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic.
Yeah, yeah. I guess the only reason you'd want to go back to the Arnold Schwarzenegger is just for the Miss International title and the Columbus Stadium kind of stuff. But yeah, we should really do a show about the Miss International Arnold Classic kind of thing because that's actually got a there's actually more to the story of the cancellation of the Miss International even afterwards. Like that one lady who is suing the Miss International over female bodybuilding being Miss International being removed from that. It's yeah.
I I did a video about that lady. Her name is she's a former registered nurse out of New York, and she along with I think she has backing from a certain ministry about trying to bring back bodybuilding performance with the classic because she feels like it's unfair that they dropped it. It's hard for like her. She's a bodybuilder. She used to be a bodybuilder. She can do something. I think she's rather bodybuilder. I know she did a video about her somewhere. If you check my content somewhere in the I forget her name. Back of my head. But yeah, she has a lot of skin. Actually against the Columbus uh, conventional sports thing. I think it's supposed to be. And this is just something that it's one of those things that it's just part of sport. And as you know, Rising Phoenix decided to create Miss International, but it's a pro am, which is part of Chicago Pro. Mostly
yeah,
um, amateur Miss International, which is strength, and it's an opportunity for upcoming bodybuilders to get their pro card. And, just recently they had a new Miss International, Patty Hansen, and then plus you got two more new pros. One lady by the name of Gina Cavalier and another lady who competed at lightweight. 1 year they did the Miss International. They had one woman as a lightweight, and then they had one time they had two women for middleweight and two women for lightweight. And that was the same show that I think it was I can't remember Una Jurkic from Romania. She competed in 2017 and she got her pro card. If you win the international week strength, you got an automatic buy at the guys doing it. You still have that now. And also you can also compete as a pro at the Chicago Pro. And I know one of anybody is Jacob, who's supposed to be who's now an ambassador for Women's Strength. That's how she can be a pro. I can be at the international, pro qualifier, and she can also be at the I think 2018 Vice
yeah, yeah, and yeah, we should definitely talk about that subject later on in one of these episodes. Because it's such a bizarre thing that happened. I was pretty shocked when it happened. And it's weird because Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, he's a pretty big fan of female bodybuilding. I always remember all those video clips of him congratulating Irish. It's always like so. It's always so amazing and everything like that. But I don't think he even owns the Arnold Classic festival event anyway. But anyway, back to Margie. Um, so she was going into the 2020 Miss Olympia. They had to reschedule it. It was originally in September. Then they had
You
to
know,
put it in December. Um, it was originally in Las Vegas, and then they moved it to Orlando, I believe, right?
yeah. And this year it's going to be in Orlando again for 2021. So this has to be in October. So it's going to be on the 7th and 10th, this October. And as you know, Nevada, they have some guidelines because of the issues with the COVID restrictions. You can have so many people, so many people attending, and plus you have to wear masks. Because Orlando, Florida, which is ran by Rick DeSantos, is a Republican. You don't have to wear masks, and there's no capacity limit there in Florida. That's why they're having it there because they can have conventions. You know, they can have a big crowd, and also like this. You go into Florida, and Florida's not the best place to go right now. I would suggest when you think about going to any shows, they'll have the Miracle in Florida, you'll have the Evergreen Grocery Store, and also you'll have the Olympia. Wear a mask, 6 feet distance. Don't take too much chance. Like you still have to resist it. It's just been just a year since the virus popped up, and still you know that some of there's a bit of a decline of infection rates and other stuff. There's still this. You want to be careful, and it's also talk about new outbreaks.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I know I take myself very carefully. I social distance. I wear a mask all the time. I wear gloves all the time. Um, I just got my second COVID shot, the Moderna shot. So I'm pretty covered when it comes to that, except the South African variant of it. I'm about 50%. Um, I only have a 50% chance of getting it, as opposed to like a 100% chance if I didn't have the vaccine. So I'm pretty good. But yeah, definitely protect yourself, protect your family, and all that. But anyway, so we're going into the 2020 Miss Olympia. We're all thinking Irish is gonna come in there, and at the press conference, Margie even said she was going to put Irish back into retirement. I remember that. It was a pretty wild statement she said at the press conference. Uh, so the next day, Irish is not at the prejudging, and everybody's asking, "Where's Irish? Where's Irish?" Turns out she got sick and can't attend. So after that, I assumed right away it was either going to be Andrea Shaw or Margie Martin, and I flipped a coin in my mind, and I assumed it was going to be Andrea Shaw, simply because she won the Rising Phoenix World Championships, and I thought, she's just going in there with momentum, and um, um, yeah, I just thought the momentum would just take her to the top, which turned out to be the case. And Margie came in second. But I think all the ladies did very well. The only big disappointment of 2020 Miss Olympia is not seeing Irish on stage, and she may not even compete again. Honestly, according to a recent interview, she said, "Don't get your hopes up," but she's undecided about 2021 Miss Olympia. So question mark. We will see. And then there's Andrea Shaw. There's Hella Trina, Margie Martin. 2021 looks to be shaping up to be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea for Iris. I think her time has passed. Even though she has the most wins as out of any bodybuilder, not man or woman, with 10 Olympias. She has at least several Miss Internationals. But like I said, this is really opportunity for you know maybe for Andrea to take a second untitled, and also a chance for maybe either Margie or maybe Ella to win. And also you got some dark horses like Isla Ash, I would say Ashley Hadley, Jones,
Monique Jones,
yeah,
Alicia Young,
Alicia Young.
that Russian female bodybuilder.
Uh, with that, we don't know about the kind of Costa. We're not sure
Yeah.
because I know there was talk of her wanting to uh, issue or something, and I think right now with her living in Russia and I think they have a COVID restriction list like those places to point to. She has
Oh
to,
yeah.
she has to. I think that the a couple of shows being done overseas, somewhere around Europe. She has to win a show. But she took second at the 2019 Oscar Fest. That was where she won it, but Munya didn't make it to the fact that she didn't have the money or the resources to be able to come here. And I think it cost me a lot to travel. You had to go to Mexico or to Turkey to do quarantine for about 16 to 14 days. And I know
Yeah.
Tia Sanchez, she was supposed to come to the Rising Phoenix, but she turned it down because she said she couldn't leave her son to live in Spain with her. And also the cost of doing quarantine and that's too much. And
Yeah.
this last year, she had won the Muscle Fest, but she has an automatic tie to this year's Rising Phoenix. I mean, sorry, this year's Olympian. So she might put herself in quarantine and try to do the Olympics. That's a big show. So you wouldn't want to miss a big show.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about people not living in the U.S. and all that. Yeah. About quarantine. Then again, I don't really travel myself, honestly. Um, uh, but yeah, with Irish, yeah, I think she has one. Okay, here's the thing. I think Iris has won enough titles. Um, I don't think her time is past. I just want to see her on. I want okay. I want to see her pose, but not on stage at the Miss Olympia. I mean, no, actually, I would like to see that, but more like posing, like individual guest posing, like at like these Japanese shows she's done in a while. I just want to keep seeing her pose, basically. You know what I mean? She's still got an amazing physique, and I don't want to take anything away from her because she's still absolutely incredible. And yeah, so there's that. And Margie, I think she has a pretty good shot of winning. If Andrea gets a little too cocky this year, we'll see what happens. And then we got Hella and all the rest of ladies coming in. Yeah, 2021 should be very interesting, and I think one of the best with Margie is her legs. She's got absolutely insane legs. Yeah, on I think where she suffers a little bit is the ab region and all that other the upper body. I don't know. It's just a little bit not proportional. I guess would be a good word.
Well, she around her abs, she has kids, and she has a C-section scar because she has that tattoo on her right there on her right there below her abs. And that with that, when you have something like that, it's harder for a lot of women who have great ab development. I said it before, if you are a female bodybuilder who have had children before you, and or and if you don't, if your cell wall not as well developed like it should be, it's going to be noticeable. Like there's quite a few female bodybuilders who I've seen who have children before they got into sport, and they don't have just like that great, neat, kind of like ab um, washboard ab look. She has a
Yeah.
great midsection. Like I said, she don't have that total um, washboard abs look. I think because she has longer legs and just shorter torso compared to a lot of other ladies. You look at the ladies a little bit taller. I think Margie's like about maybe 5'5", 5'4", and most women who are a little lot taller, you got longer legs and a short torso. You have like strange looking kind of abdominal thick. Like you kind of that like going like rabbit over or down to go. They had that kind of like they just kind of like a round shape. Um,
Yeah.
abdominal, like straight down. Like I think this is the best ad, from Romania. Bonnie Prince, she was like she had 8 pack, and this was quite a few ladies just had great set of abs. That's going to hard. I guess it's probably first coming to
Yeah.
that washboard look to it. I think
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and uh, I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to tattoos on women.
yeah,
But anyway, as long as it's not too obscene, I guess is a good word to sum it up. On, but don't go crazy with it. Uh, but anyway, there's that. Before we sign out, I guess. Lastly, I want to go over that Margie is 5'5", so she's 165 centimeters tall, and her in-season weight when she's competing is 138 to 154. So that's 63 to 70 kilograms. I also see another statistic here that she's weighs between 155 to 165. So that's 70.3 to 74.8 kilograms. So I guess she's gained a little weight in that regard. But yeah, I can't wait to see 2021, and we will see what happens. Do you have any final predictions of Margie? What's going to happen this year, or anything else? Closing comments,
well,
guys?
like I said, with her winning the placing second at the Olympia, that's automatic buy for next year. So she doesn't do any
Yeah.
shows unless she wants to. And as we all know, the Rise of Phoenix is invitational. She skipped it. She skipped last year's Rise of Phoenix because she focused on Olympia.
Yeah.
So you never know. With she might do this. She might do this year, right? Just so that she can just have a, it's invitational. She don't have to. She wants, but she might do her. I think, like I said, she's a great bodybuilder. Reach out about interviewers, yeah, get back to me. Like I said, you just try to stick with her like emails or social media. That's the best way. I mean, a lot of things be a lot more on Instagram or anything. And I'm hoping maybe she's on a message. I might get a response from soon. Cross my fingers. Hope. Sometimes these ladies may not get a lot of stuff from a lot of guys. Sometimes guys might send some stuff they don't like. But I sometimes the stuff I send out is very, very kind of straightforward and very like. I really wanted to get things like basically ladies opportunities, especially grassroots. This is what I'm going to criticize these ladies out there. It's the grassroots that get you in places that are like small interviews like this. We're willing to give you a chance for a platform, you know, like and I know y'all most times you're not getting interviewed from any kind of big sports organizations outside of bodybuilding. But like I said,
Yeah.
small grassroots person like myself and Jared, we would love to have you on our show, talk to you, let you tell your story about how you got into sport and everything. We want to get you more attention and help you out and support you in your endeavors in the sport of bodybuilding. Because I know
Yeah.
a lot of people that still think of it because of sport. In a way, maybe in some way it's still a passion kind of thing, but it's still sport. You have to train, you diet, and go out and so you get to a certain level. And yes, there's always the thing with used to certain performance enhancers, but like MMA fighter that I follow by name Yes says, everybody use steroids. But that's not it. So like
Yeah. Yeah. I would consider myself a female bodybuilding propagandist, to say the least. I don't use the word propagandist in any negative light. I think it's very useful to get the message out and promote female bodybuilding whenever and however I can. And with that, I am very looking forward to Rising Phoenix World Championships and the Miss Olympia. I'm just wondering if Andrea Shaw is going to compete at the Rising Phoenix or not. It's going to be an interesting year, uh, to say the least. I really want to see Nat uh, Natalina Kur, Kur, Kur,
Natalia,
Kanoska.
Natalia,
The Russian female bodybuilder, because um, I've had some interaction with her, and I just want to see her on stage because she's so huge. She just got to get up in the ranks and compete a little bit more.
yeah,
She would be the heaviest female bodybuilder of all time at the Miss Olympia if she competed. That's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Um,
I think, like I said, with that was like I said, her looking at her thing. I think the thing is the responsible for her size. So I think there's a fan base for her. A lot of guys like the bigger girls. A lot of guys like the girls a little more sort of the guidelines they have set for bodybuilding. But like I say, it's all about who they want. And also the thing is, she has to be able. Most of the shows are going to be here in the United States, and maybe there's a couple of shows over in Europe, and she got to be able to compete here, and try to maybe try to get a couple of shows on her belt. That's the hard part about it. But if she can try to
yeah,
get shows over there, she can compete in, and maybe get her place, first place, which could opportunity to come here, beat Olympia. I would say just concentrate your training to the Olympia, and that's it.
yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
anyway,
Um, all right. Well, we should definitely do this again next week, and
yeah,
all the best, George. Did you get that image I sent to you in? Uh, yeah,
yes,
that was. What did you think of it?
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it looks like some Japanese anime. Like
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy image that he drew of her. Uh, Man, he does a great job though with like the back and everything. It's like that's another thing we should probably cover is female bodybuilding drawers on places like Devon and other things like that.
anyway, yeah, we will see that. Anyway, I'd like to thank y'all for coming in. My man Marcus for coming by. JM 2021. All the people that drop a like into the on the stream. We appreciate y'all supporting this us. and will continue as long as we have an audience. So from Jared and myself, it's your man, all the rage, George Page, aka Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Like, don't like, subscribe. I'm out.
and promote this as well. And this is Jared, female bodybuilding historian. Peace out. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one.